An ice canopy would have been destroyed by a meteorite. Is this crybaby? There was a layer of water, actually probably ice, above the atmosphere. I think there is still water above the stars, above the heavens. It could be there's another canopy of ice way out there beyond the last star. I think the whole thing that we see is in a glass ball on God's dresser. But I think everything we see is in a glass ball on God's dresser, one of those snow globes. Do I have that here? Yeah, right here. Here we go. Here is the earth and outer space. I think God says, hey, how you doing in there, guys? Yeah. On day one, God made the heaven singular. Then he began slicing it up into three heavens in the rest of the chapter. It had a layer of water or ice above the first heaven and a layer of water or ice above the second heaven. Second heaven is where the stars are. It also had a canopy of ice above it and is probably still there. Outer space is real cold. Don't lick it, okay? There used to be a layer of water or ice above the atmosphere. If this canopy of ice was in contact with outer space, like an Eskimo's igloo, it's in contact with the outside world, and inside it's nice and warm. I think there used to be a seventh layer of water or ice above the atmosphere. Because of these heat sinks, it might have been in one of those, or it might have just squeezed all the air down to 10 miles. That would do some strange things. If there was a crystalline canopy, now some of the other creation groups do not believe in this, and they don't think I should teach this. Boy, am I glad it don't work for you, because I think I'm right and you're wrong, and I think it's what the Bible teaches. There was water above the firmament. You tell me what it was. Don't change the Bible either. Stick with the King James. All right. This canopy of ice would increase air pressure. It would also block ultraviolet light. After the flood, the canopy was gone. UV light would be stopped by this canopy, and this canopy of ice could have been held up like by air pressure, like an inflatable building. I mean, if it was a solid crystal ball around the earth and no holes in it, the air pressure would make it float. So I think this canopy of overhead was ice. It's in contact with outer space, nearly absolute zero, and it could be held up by the Meissner effect or by air pressure or by both. There's another translation of Josephus. He placed a crystalline firmament around it. The Jews taught it was the thickness of this firmament was 3 fingers. So I think the Bible clearly indicates, and certainly the Jews always believed, there was a crystalline canopy over the top of the air where the birds fly. I like this live stuff, brother. An ice canopy would have been destroyed by a meteorite. Is this crybaby? Crybaby, do you believe everything in the universe fit into a dot smaller than a proton? You believe that? And if there's an explosion, a big bang, wouldn't all the particles be getting further away from each other? How can a meteorite turn around and hit the earth? Come on now. Every nanosecond they're getting further apart. Do the trig on it if you know any trig. No. There were no meteorites. I believe the crystalline canopy got destroyed from inside when the fountains of the deep broke open. We'll cover that later, okay?